Psych Garage #2 at Bear Paredes, March 17th, St. Patty's Day, 2014, and this is the happening place. This has been a long journey, but with my dear friend Tommy George in tow, we put it together with Joe Berardi and Dave Ritz and Jane Dancer and many others, and this is a party. What you're going to see on this documentary and all these musicians and the trip to the 60s, you won't believe. Let me let my friend say something now.
What we've tried to do is put together an event where when you come in, you go back in time. And we're talking about 1965. So the nostalgia is really in the air. And all the people that were fans in those days get to see their old friend musicians up there playing. So it's the real musicians playing the real hit records that they had in the Houston market. So it not only promotes the musicians of Texas and Houston, but it promotes the fans and gives them a chance to be able to enjoy themselves. And like I said, it becomes a time machine. And we're glad that we were able to put it together, and it seems like it's really successful. So today, what you'll see on this film is interviews with some of the musicians. You'll see bands playing, you'll see film of the fans, and it's to give you an overall view of what Texas Psych Garage Happening is all about. This is David Boyce. David Boyce will be playing with Tommy Lee Bradley, Shuffle Brothers tonight. David played in the 60s, he's been everywhere, all over, and so I'm going to ask him to tell you what he misses most about playing in the 60s.
Wow. I really think it was the enthusiasm of the people. That they absolutely loved music. They didn't take music for granted.
Right. They
came out, they were amazed when really talented people played. Less so today. You see, people do take musicians somewhat for granted. I'm not putting them down, it's just they have so many other venues, so many other ways to hear music. They've got huge sound systems at home, which we didn't have, and all that stuff. But I think it's the thing I most missed was that fascination, that absolute fascination with live music at that time, and the venues that existed here.
So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was fabulous. Every night we had our.
So the young musicians today would trade with you if they could.
They would if they could, absolutely. And there was plenty of money to be made, and you could set up for like 6 weeks at a time, and you know, all of that, all one night.
And the people you met, you met a lot of big stars, a lot of big people.
You did. This is a big hub. I mean, there was a lot going on here, and there is today, but different. It's just a different time.
Do you still communicate with any of the old band members?
I do. Yes, actually, I was playing with Ted Hawley last night. I was, yeah, with Ted working, and Steve Clark, who was in.
Ted's got the new group called Oxygen, right?
Yeah, he does have that. Right. Terrific. And Ozzy Hart also worked with him. I'm working with Steve and just working with some good people. Tommy Lee, you know, people that I worked with back in the day. So yeah, we're all still.
Well, that kind of tells you what it was like in the '60s. It was wonderful, and today it's a little more laid back. But at this particular event, you'll see that it's bringing all that nostalgia back under one roof. We're back in 1965 right now. So, thanks for listening to me, and David, thanks for the interview.
Right.
Appreciate it. Man.
Look forward to it.
Okay, buddy. We're at Texas Psych Garage Happening. I'd like to introduce Neil Ford. Neil Ford played in the 60s with Neil Ford and the Fanatics, and I'm going to ask him a question. Neil, what do you miss most about the 60s?
My bandmates, the ones that played with me back then. I miss all those guys. We were very close. I miss Lanier now that he's gone.
We all do.
We all do.
Yeah. So that's what I miss. And the music, it was a fun time.
Correct.
Radio stations.
Do you see a difference between the fans today and the 60s?
You know, I've been at it so long, I don't even know how the fans are.
You're going to have plenty here tonight, I'll tell you that.
We're going to have a lot of fans tonight. Well, look, thank you, Neil, for coming by and seeing us. And thank you.
It means a lot. Thank you. Glad to have you.
When I saw you walking down the street, I said, I'd like you.
This is Terry Sharp, the little songbird, who's written hits for Hank Williams Jr., herself, Don McLean, and a host of others. What do you remember best out of the 60s and your early days of music that you miss? What brings up nostalgia? And we're so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm just thrilled to be here and thrilled to be asked to be a part of this. And seeing my old friends, we were kids. We were just kids and we were making music and we were running around the streets and going to little teen halls and playing school dances, and everybody had big dreams. It makes me almost teary to see some of these people, Neil Ford, John Peerless.
Quite a reunion, I'd say.
Is it true though that Big John from Neil Ford and Fanatics is a chick magnet?
Absolutely. He had a magnet with a radius of about 2 miles, and they all flew in.
I believe it.
He was my boyfriend twice, but he couldn't be true, so.
Oh, Lord.
He was just
Shame on
He
him.
was too much of a magnet.
There you
He
go.
was too magnetic.
Well, you're magnetic. We love your music. We're thrilled to have you. It's going to be a great night.
I'm thrilled to be a part of it, and y'all have done so much work, and I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
It's all worth it.
Appreciate
All
you.
worth it. Have somebody as sweet and talented as you here makes our night.
Sweet and talented.
Sweet and talented.
You are. I'm not saying it to him.
No.
And we got
Yeah,
the best
she-
videographer in Texas right
Yes,
here.
we do.
Chombe Sani Osanis.
Credit to you, buddy.
Right.
We love it. All right. Thank you.
All right, it's
Texas Psych Garage 2. Coming up.
1965, here we come.
Woohoo! Going back in time, y'all.
There you go.
Yeah, we're up here at Texas Psych Garage happening. We have a few questions because these are some cats from Neil Ford and Fanatics. Everybody remembers Neil Ford and Fanatics, but I've always wanted to ask Neil a question about Big John, and that is, Neil, did he ever mess up on stage, like play the wrong chord or the wrong lead?
No,
Was he
no.
always the perfect guy?
Always a perfect guy.
And is it true that he was a chick magnet and
Yeah.
you took all the leftovers?
I did, yeah. That's true. Everybody, all the girls love John and Baby John.
Baby John and Big John.
Yeah.
Did y'all hang out a lot at Herman Park on the hill?
Well, John was always a Herman Park
Yeah.
trolling.
Trolling on the Herman Park.
He didn't have to be a perfect
Lanier went up, yeah, Lynn and I used to go with it.
And why weren't you faithful to Terry Sharp?
I tried to be and I was.
for 5 minutes. On my birthday, I think he...
Well, look, these guys are going to play tonight. It's going to be a great night. Texas Psych Garage happening. Number 2, Neil Ford, Big John, John Peerless, and Terry Sharp, gold record winner, Nashville Queen. We love it. Thank you very much, guys.
Terry has a gold record. We have a 10.
Oh, is that right? You have a 10 one? You have a gold one.
What
That's
about
great.
the Play-Doh?
Play-Doh record.
Records.
We got Tommy Meekins from the Coastliners. It's going to be their 50th anniversary at the Texas Psych Garage happening too. I'm going to ask Tommy a question. And Tommy, can you tell us what you missed the most about the 60s when you played during the 60s and you were on the charts and all the great things that went on back then? Do you have can you give any of the people that didn't live during the 60s a clue of what it was like to play in the 60s?
Well, it's pretty nostalgic because every time we played, it was packed. It was just totally packed. Sometimes people could not get in. We would do Coliseum shows, and there'd be 10,000 people there. And it was just so wonderful to be a part of, I believe, some of the greatest music in the greatest era with some of the greatest people, some of the greatest audience. And I'm so thankful that we're back after 50 years still playing. and just looking forward to keep playing as long as I can.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you for coming.
And Texas Psych will be moving soon. We've turned the clocks back. It's 1965.
This is Mike Cadillac Johnson, the man, and he's here at Texas Psych Garage #2. We are happy.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks, you guys have worked hard to do this. Thank you for all you've done. It's going to be great.
I got a question though for you, Cadillac.
Yes, sir.
What would you say that you missed the most about playing in the 60s?
I think the audiences back then were just alive and phenomenal, and they responded unlike anything you see today. It's a different climate. It's a different vibe. Yeah, I do.
Well, look,
I miss the people.
Thanks for coming by. Cadillac's going to be playing later. We're going to film
With
of
Red
it.
Pharaoh.
Reed Farrell.
Big Albertus.
Big Albertus. It's going to be great. It's going to be a groove.
Good.
So,
Anyway, thanks,
Thank you,
Cadillac.
Caddy.
Appreciate it, buddy.
My pleasure.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks, Tommy.
How's your wife doing?
She's
man?
doing great. Anita's good. Yeah.
Good. Hello everybody, this is Texas Psych Garage Happening 2, and I'm really happy to introduce a guy named Jim Frost who played in a group called Lost and Found back in the 60s with an international artist label. Jim's been there, he's done it, and I'm going to ask him what he misses the most about playing in the 60s and if he still communicates with any of his bandmates. You can answer the first one first, Big Jim.
Well, what I miss about it, probably being young, but thank God I'm here with Tom right now.
Yeah, because I'm old too.
But no, you know, you don't really miss it if you can keep doing things like this.
That's true. I agree with you. This kind of brings it all back.
It does, yeah.
And
It's just everybody looks a little different.
And the fans are like they were in the 60s.
Yes, they are.
And I think
they're
there's a
better.
difference. Yeah, the fans in the 60s were so much more dedicated to the musicians than the fans today. Not saying anything bad about the fans today,
No,
but I think
no.
they're more immune to music because there's so much of it. Back when we played in the 60s, it was more special because there wasn't as many bands and it was new to the people.
And it was a change, what was happening. You know,
Correct. A lot of creativity and innovation going on, and
Yes,
we pushed the envelope. We didn't really care if people liked it or not. We just did what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of it stuck and we moved on.
kind of like one day a guy named Billy asked me, he said, what are you doing? I break an octave. Starting, I'm a man.
Right.
I pull a violin, I hit the big, and then slide down and start it. I said, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm breaking an octave, but it was a feedback. They didn't do that in the 50s.
No. That's called experimenting. Experimenting with the guitar.
And we did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like the elevators with the jug.
And you didn't have all the technology that you have today, so it was really you playing. If you made a mistake, everybody heard it.
Yeah.
There wasn't any auto-tuning or any kind of synthesizers.
There's no mixing boards.
No mixing boards. So if you were bad that night, everybody knew it. If you were great, everybody knew it was you. Well, let me ask you, do you still talk to any of the old bandmates?
Yeah. Matter of fact, there's 2 of them coming tonight.
And they were with, that's Pete?
Pete Black, James Harold, bass player, and a drummer from Lost and Found. He died, rest in peace.
Right.
Steve
okay.
Webb was his name.
Oh, yes.
We're coming in
And
memory
I knew
of
Steve.
Webb.
I knew Steve, man. Steve Webb was a great drummer.
We're here. His
Pershing Junior High.
Yep.
Steve Webb, Pershing Junior
He
High.
quit Pershing Junior High to go on tour with the Lost and Found and the Music Machine.
Oh, yes. Talk.
Yep.
Music Machines. Well, look, we sure thank you for coming out
Thank you,
tonight.
Tom. I'm glad
and
I'm
coming
here.
out there, man. We're going to have a great night. Just turn your watch back or your time back. Get your brain. You're 1965, brother. And you're not old. Thanks, buddy. We'll see you later.
All right.
I appreciate it. This is going to be really worth a lot.
I'd like to say that I want everybody to think about Lanier Gregg tonight because he would sure love to be here. And we thought a lot about him and he would just be so happy. So, Lanier, this is for you, bud.
We love you. We love you, man.
you very much for coming out tonight. I would like to thank all the young men, all the entertainers for coming out. God bless you all for coming out. Thank you, dear friends. One more time. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you all, gentlemen. Thank you very much. I want to hear it.